Yep. That's our 134A.
Today, we're doing a AC performance test on this Chevy Silverado 2003. The tools required: manifold gauge set and a little thermometer. So, let's see what we got. So, you have your test ports right here, at least on this 2003. You can unscrew these guys. Boom. Boom. Here's your low side service port and your high side service port. You might be saying, how the fuck can the high and low side be in the same line? Well, the orifice tube's like in the middle of them. So that's why you can get a high side reading here and a low side reading here. So I'm going to use my manifold gauge set. Plug that guy in there. Plug that guy in there. We want to get an idea of how hot it is out here. And right here in the shade it's like, I don't know, 94, I guess. And you got to know that before you start doing this test. So 94 degrees out here. Let's go inside the truck. So we're going to start this guy up. I'm going to turn this thing up to max. I'm going to turn recirc on. I'm going to roll all the windows up and close all the doors. Everybody's got their own way of doing this test. But I get it on one of these dash vents. And really, just for your quick basic test, we're really looking for a 40-degree drop from the temperature outside to the temperature in here. So it's going to take a couple minutes for everything to get cold. He's wearing his hat. Hey buddy, nice hat. So what we actually are waiting for is we're waiting for the air in the cabin of the truck to get cold enough that when it recirculates, we get, the cold recirculated air back into the system. It's fucking cold as dick in here. Our temperature at the dash is like 52 degrees or so. And that's just sitting here. I guarantee you if we went and took this thing for a ride, we're going to get a drop down probably into the upper 40s. Which, to me, it passes the test. You know what I'm saying? Now this thing isn't even lit. Let's go outside with the system still running, everything's still set up the same. Recirc on, AC obviously, temperatures all the way down, lower on blast. And let's see what our manifold gauges show for the AC pressures. See on this, our low side pressure is right about 40, and high side getting close to 250. And this can fluctuate with the compressor turning on and off. But we're not really getting into how the system works here. This is just a basic check. You know what I'm saying? This is the check that a shop could charge up to $140 for. Nothing more than looking up these gauges, reading some numbers, and sticking a thermometer in the dash. So what does that mean? Well, if this gauge set costs $100 and the thermometer costs $15, it pays for itself the first time you use it. Now before I unhook these gauges, I want to make sure that the pressure's settled down, which they're doing right now. So now our pressures have kind of settled down. We're cool there. So there we have it. We were able to determine that the AC in this Chevy Silverado is in good condition. We didn't have to really do much except hook up some gauges and put a thermometer in the dash. And that is what a shop does when you tell them that you don't think your air is blowing as cold as it should. There's nothing more to it. Now in this case, everything was cool. If we didn't get that much of a temperature drop inside the truck, or maybe our gauge readings were a little bit lower, we might have had to go a little bit further into it, but everything checked out okay, so this thing gets the seal of approval. And of course, if I actually get one that has a problem, I'll show you what the deal is. So you guys got to be willing to buy something like this, because so many times on the internet, motherfuckers have AC problems and they go through a whole bunch of fucking shit without hooking this up first. This is probably the most important tool for doing AC work. You know what I'm saying? There's actually a thread up right now. This guy's going and testing the clutch coil and testing the compressor clutch relay and a whole lot of shit, and he doesn't even know if he has any refrigerant in the AC system. So anyway, you you guys into Silverados, Chevy trucks, you know what I mean? Definitely subscribe to my shit, you know what I mean? Because we got a lot more coming, you know what I'm saying? I had to wear fucking gloves because I fucking got cut today. Look at my fucking hand, motherfucker.
Where?
I self-heal, like Wolverine.
Whatever you do, don't suck on this fucking thing. You can't tell what kind of refrigerant's in it. Alright, for fuck's sake.